You're listening to the Circle Up Prowl.
This is Boldcastify, the bold new way to podcast, with your host.
To the Circle Up Prowl. My name is Justin. I believe in victory.
My name's Jay. I like beer.
My name's Robert. I like whiskey.
My name's Clay, and I like
All right, y'all.
All right,
guys. So, 1-0! Guys!
1-0. Let's do it.
Why do I believe in victory? Because it happens.
And Bortles is over 50% for the game.
60% even. And honestly, should have been better. Rashad Green dropped an easy pass. That's the only pass he threw to a wide receiver, by the way. As the Jaguars looked like a functional offense with the ones. Wasn't that exciting?
It was. It was grand to see, actually.
You know what was really exciting? 18 yards in 4 plays. Just run. Yeah. Jaguar football.
I think you are getting a small glimpse to what we're going to see in the future.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to pick something to throw back to, it wouldn't necessarily be the Thunder and Lightning era, where we had Fred and we had Thunder and Lightning and we were this great balanced offense. My moment I fell deeply in love with the Jaguars, where my passion was at its peak, as dumb as it is, was the Jacktober year.
Really?
Yeah.
That was your high point?
Honestly, just averaging 5 yards a carry and just like smash-mouthing it down the field and having 12-minute drives on teams. There's just something really great.
Boring.
There's something really great about imposing your will. It's not boring when it's your team.
If it's smash mouth,
I watched the Jaguars win a game against the Steelers on Monday Night Football, and it was 9-0, and it was not boring for me.
I remember that.
Not boring. For Steeler fans, terrible and awful and boring.
Had to be.
Everybody else,
boring.
Terrible and awful and boring. But if you're a Jaguar fan, not boring.
I love winning by defense, personally.
I mean, it didn't get them that far, though, so it doesn't matter.
Yes,
you're crippling their will, and you're taking away from them slowly.
Yeah, honestly,
But you could also strip the ball out of their hands if you're the running back, which we saw tonight. The running back got the ball stripped out of his hands.
Who?
I don't know, some Patriots guy.
Oh, well, that's Patriots.
Sucks to suck, Buttercup.
Yeah.
So I would want to risk the ball getting torn out of Leonard Fournette's hands by
Fournette. Not everybody's Corey Grant.
I would rather throw it.
But then you risk interceptions.
And we all know that Blake is not the king of interceptions.
Apparently, Blake is the king of efficiency because he was checking it down and handing it off like a champ tonight.
He looked like check down Chadwick.
He looked like Alex Smith.
Ooh.
We can dream, right?
Smith Bortles.
Damn.
Smith Bortles. Does that have a nice ring? Maybe we can make a T-shirt with half and half, like him fading into Alex Smith, because that's probably going to be our next quarterback next year.
To the no.
Like an Alex Smith that can hit it on the deep ball.
Yeah. You want to get an Alex Smith for 20 minutes and a bag of chips?
Can y'all get excited about a game managing situation in Jacksonville?
No, I can't. I can't.
I want a baller.
Oh,
Thank you. That's exactly what I want.
I would enjoy that, but I'm fine with a guy who's game managing.
I mean,
Yes.
right now at this point, I just want someone with high efficiency.
Yes, and Alex Smith is very high efficiency. But I digress. Let's get back to the game. It was for the best preseason game that I think I've watched in about 4 or 5 years.
Wow.
It was fast, too.
It was fast.
God bless them for running the ball so much.
It was definitely a very high-paced game.
It was fast. There wasn't a lot of penalties.
No, it was very clean. I'll give that. It was
no overtime.
very clean.
No overtime, which almost happened. Jacoby Brisket,
Toby Brisket looked like garbage, in my opinion.
he
didn't look good.
overthrew the end zone.
Quarter of a
10
mile.
yards.
Yeah. There are a lot of positives to be had. The fact that Tom Brady didn't play, we all kind of saw that.
Yeah, I didn't expect that at all.
Let's talk about Jaguar positives, Jaguar negatives. Let's start with positives. What was your big positive from this game?
Brandon Allen.
Really?
Yes.
Leonard Fournette.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
that's a
you already
huge
knew
one.
Leonard Fournette was going to be good. Had to be good.
No, you didn't.
You did know, because you never seen him touch the field.
Could have been Beanie Wells.
He was a first-round draft pick.
So?
That doesn't mean shit.
Well, maybe
Trent Richardson.
Trent Richardson was a first-round pick.
Maybe he will start sucking. Maybe we'll get a new GM. We can only hope.
Give me some positives, Jason.
Maybe we can get another GM, but still keep a good running back. How about that?
Leonard Fournette for Clay. Are you for real, Brandon Allen? Was the positive for you?
Yeah.
What did he do that excited you?
He threw a touchdown pass to Westbrook.
He did.
D.D.
It
Westbrook.
was like a less good version of Chadwick's pass
All right,
to my
high
boy
points.
Keelan Cole.
High points, buddy. You said positive.
Let's take the silver linings. Come on.
Boy, that Keelan Cole.
He was looking good.
Give me something, boy.
Fowler finally got pulled out of the game. That was-
Positives.
Fowler finally got pulled out.
That jumps into my negative. Dante Fowler was playing with the second team and the third team, and he still was not an effective passer.
He's
He had like
garbage.
one good play where he was in there.
And we're not even playing Tampa yet.
No,
pretty sure it's by accident.
he is vanishing early.
Yeah, he's not playing the proper position. I think Justin and I talked about this.
I mean, excuses are excuses.
Well,
Not playing the proper position.
He didn't.
But
He
he's
did
not
play,
making an effect.
Played defensive end at Florida.
Not very
understand
often.
Okay,
But he still
played
played.
linebacker.
He was playing both.
He played 92%. I guarantee. I looked up the stats on this because Justin and I were getting into it about it a couple weeks back. He played 92% of his snaps were taken. Yes, he was all over the field. 92% of his snaps were taken at linebacker.
He was mostly a stand-up.
And I agree with that 100%. I 100% agree with that. But with the fact he's been in this position for 2 solid years,
One solid year.
Yeah,
just 1 solid year.
Yeah.
yeah.
You don't remember the tear an ACL?
No, I do.
I mean,
this is
like-
going into a second year.
Yeah, one
He's
solid
going into
year.
a second year, so
That's what
he's
I'm saying.
had 1 year under his belt.
Right.
Pretend defensive end.
Right.
Yeah.
Pretend defensive end, whatever you want to call him.
Well,
Imaginary
he's just
defensive
horrible.
end.
I think he's miscast.
Fine, I'm not disputing that. He might be.
Is cast as somebody who can get around the corner, and that is
That's
But
not
it's
him.
obviously not his forte. But with his athletic ability, he should be able to do something out there.
Yeah, he will. You gotta
But
think-
he's not.
All right. Want to rewind it a little bit. There were some other players on the defensive side of the ball that weren't out there to go up the middle. So to create the push for Dante Fowler to clean up the sack. Okay,
that's-
blah, blah, blah. I know. It doesn't make you feel good because that's a first round draft.
One
pick.
excuse is as good as another.
I'm just telling you, there were 2 stars missing off the defensive line tonight.
Yeah, no Calais
Oh, that
Campbell is a big change
It is. I was hoping to see him out there tonight.
for sure. He's going to be a difference maker.
He definitely is.
There's this guy named Jalen Ramsey who's still not playing. There's this guy named Aaron Colvin who's still not playing.
And Boye didn't even play tonight.
So I'm not really looking at our defense too much tonight.
No.
It's whatever. I think everybody's focus was like laser focus on Blake Bortles.
And
Let's
Blake
see what he
Bortles
does.
looked efficient. Against
100%.
He
barely
played
threw anything.
He played the
Yes.
efficient game manager though.
Yes.
And that's what they're probably looking for. They're wanting him to beat the game manager, throw the passes when necessary.
We're asking Blake to not lose games for us.
Yes.
That's asking a lot for him
He did it tonight.
It's a struggle.
He did not lose a game for us tonight.
because he barely played.
But in his time,
Yes,
he
well played.
He was not an impediment when he played tonight. He was fine. He should have been 4 for 5.
Well, he almost got the ball knocked out of his hand in one play.
Yes, he did, but he didn't. He recovered.
Right.
I almost missed
He
that.
got it off before.
But he should have been 4 for 5 for the evening.
Marquise Lee.
Shot Green dropped
Oh,
it.
yeah, Rashard Green. My bad.
You know, that's all you can hope for is that
Yeah, that was clear right in the numbers.
he learns how to be safer and more efficient.
Yeah. Game manager does not throw me in the slightest, but
I mean, it kind of does.
no, it doesn't.
Would you trade for Alex Smith?
No, I would trade.
You're lying.
I would trade for.
Brett Favre?
Drew Brees.
There you go.
Tavares Jackson?
There you go. Right there. Drew
Drew
Brees.
Brees. That was my dark
Brady
horse.
Jr.?
I would trade for Drew Brees. I don't know what I'd give up for him, but I would. I'd give up Dante Fowler and probably a first round draft pick.
Okay, let me ask you this. If
I don't want that.
You know it would be a rental.
If Alex Smith was the quarterback of this team right now, would they be a playoff team?
See, I want to say yes,
I would say yes.
Want to say.
but
I would convinced with great certainty that we would be a playoff team.
Wild card.
I could probably go wild card.
I would go wild card.
But would we win in the first round?
I don't care. We would
At
be a
this point,
playoff
I
team.
mean, I
That's
had
my
to agree
point.
with that point. I just want to get in.
My point is
You get
we
in
would
the
be a
dance.
playoff team.
It doesn't matter if you win or not, but if you get in the dance, you don't know what can happen. That's the biggest key.
You just the tip. That's what you're
Just
looking
a tip. You just put the tip in there?
Who knows what happens
You
from
don't
there?
know. It could be 5 minutes or you can be an hour.
You could be a dad.
Yeah, or
Just
that.
like
Or dead. Like Rob.
Oh, that hits me.
So, I mean,
Memories.
sweet memories. That's all. It depends.
I tend
You just
to,
got to get into the
I tend to agree with
as
myself.
Jack used to say.
I don't think that Alex Smith. There are some quarterbacks that I foresee never winning a Super Bowl. And if you're cool with spending the next 10 years going to the playoffs and losing,
Yep.
go for it.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I'm not obviously not saying that I don't think Alex Smith will play the next 10 years, but whatever quarterback like AJ McCarron, he will inevitably get a start. He will inevitably win some playoff games. He'll inevitably take his team to the playoffs, but he'll never win a Super Bowl.
The version
Just because his style of quarterback play, he doesn't have that I don't know. It's different. Like you saw it in Tom Brady, you saw it in Russell Wilson, you saw it in Peyton Manning, even the gimpy ass Peyton Manning. You saw it in his.
But you hadn't really seen enough in
the version of Peyton Manning,
AJ McCarron.
the version of Peyton Manning that won the Super Bowl last was a game manager.
But he still took control. You see what I'm saying?
He didn't. He didn't at all.
Not really much.
He just made a point to not screw it up.
Yeah.
And let the defense win the game for him.
He did.
It was kind of what
but he
Russell
also-
Wilson did when they won their Super Bowl. Russell Wilson was not out there stunting on people making super plays. He did
not well in
screwing
the
up.
NFC Championship.
He
In the
did.
NFC Championship, he did
Talking about the
pretty
Super
well.
Bowl. Talking about the Super Bowl.
I'm saying NFC Championship.
Well,
he did pretty well.
Who won the Super Bowl for the Seahawks?
The defense.
That defense won that Super Bowl for the
defense.
Seahawks.
Yes.
Well, what was the score right after 12 seconds?
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is there are certain quarterbacks though I will guarantee will never win Super Bowls. Just the quarterback for Washington right now, he'll never win a Super Bowl unless he's put with a team that has a really great defense.
That's all that's won the Super Bowl recently.
Yeah,
For
I
the
understand-
Patriots.
I understand that, but what I'm saying, you have to have a perfect situation for the game manager types to win. And yes, there have been.
So you're saying Russell Wilson too?
No, Russell Wilson was never a game manager in that game.
I mean,
In the Super Bowl?
Yeah,
he really was in the Super Bowl, though.
no, he wasn't.
Oh, well, I'm going to have to beg to differ on that.
He
Okay.
threw 2 touchdowns before the half. That doesn't strike me as a game manager.
I'm pretty sure those 2 touchdowns came in the second half, after the defense was already imposed on its will. That was an incredibly dominating defensive performance. Go back and watch it. He was definitely more of a game manager in that Super Bowl. I mean, hell, he didn't have to do anything else.
He was letting his defense do what they had to do.
Yeah, because the defense was all worldly in that game. We all sat there and watched the game. It was an incredibly dominating performance. It was a perfect storm the way that happened. Like we had said, 12 seconds into the game, they were already up 2 in the first safety in Super Bowl history. We watched the chaos unfold. The Broncos were essentially handicapped. Denver could do nothing. It was kind of flawless, honestly.
And you got to
So he could hardly mess it
You
up.
also have to look at the body of work building up to it too.
Same thing with Denver, Carolina.
I'm just looking at one specific game.
Oh, I thought you were talking about just that game.
No, I'm just
That's
talking
what it
about.
sounded like.
No, I'm talking about the body of work leading up to that game, that season. Split hairs and say that
I
old
100%
ass
thought we were
Peyton
talking
Manning,
about Super Bowl 48.
old. He was really shitty that game. I think he only completed below half of his passes.
I think the Broncos are the epitome. That Broncos Super Bowl team is the epitome of defense wins championships.
There you go. But you have to have a quarterback that won't screw it up. I guarantee Blake's not one of them.
Well, that still negates the point of the topic that a game manager can win a Super Bowl.
They got there with Brock Osweiler, so
Brock Osweiler didn't screw it up.
he did. That's why they benched him.
He didn't throw that many interceptions until he hit us. Then he threw 3.
Yeah, when Brock shit the bed, he really shit the bed. Or should I say hit the wall, which was the final game of the season, which was what? 4? He threw 4 interceptions or whatever?
Yeah, okay.
And they pulled him in
Which
the
is
third
actually
quarter.
bad.
Breaking news, that's not good.
But I don't think Blake is Brock Osweiler. I have this radical belief that Blake Bortles is not actually the worst quarterback in the NFL. And I'm only backed up by facts mostly.
I know which one you're gonna pull up.
Where are you going with this?
Honestly, all you really gotta do is just watch what Brock did tonight. There's your worst quarterback in the NFL. Jared Goff made some strides. on one of the worst rosters in the NFL. So
He's pretty not good. They could use a receiver or something out there in La La Land.
not saying that Blake Bortles is a world beater, but he's not the worst in the NFL. People in Jacksonville overstate how bad Blake Bortles is.
I don't think I overstated how bad he is, but I will tell you this much. I was reading through some tweets a couple days ago. The only reason that the Browns are starting Brock Osweiler is to see, hey guys, he's not that bad, so they can try to trade him next year.
Nobody's trading for Brock Osweiler.
Maybe that's what the concept is, but
yeah, it didn't work, obviously, because that video of a video.
And maybe the Giants are working on a trade situation for Geno Smith. None of that's a good idea that's going to work out.
Yeah, I can't see anyone really falling for that one.
Yeah, it was one of those things that didn't make sense to me either. Like, why would you start the worst quarterback in the league last season?
I mean, why do most people do most things? Desperation. That would be my guess.
Like, I was trying to make sense of that too.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. He's kind of trash, to be honest. They're probably just trying to get something for him. Get some cash back, get off the cap, and some picks. So they're going to do their best to spin him and make him look glorious. But you can only polish up a turd so much. The young fella from Notre Dame is doing pretty well in camp.
Kaiser had a good first game.
That's my understanding as well.
My Twitter tells me that Deshaun Watson good first game, even though it took him 2 quarters to score a touchdown.
That's what everyone's saying. Everyone's now more worried about him in our first game than they are Tom Savage.
Don't get it, I'll be honest.
I mean, it's like everything's totally flipped.
Well, they have the good defense that you guys were saying that.
No, they're just going purely based off of his play.
Yeah, 100% purely off the quarterback's play.
Only one wide receiver too.
It's pretty crazy.
Kind of forgot about you for a second.
No,
They got 2.
Will Fuller's dead.
is what he's saying.
Oh, they have Miller and Strong also.
Well, Will Fuller was the good one.
Well, rest in peace, Will Fuller.
Will Fuller was the other good one.
Yeah, besides
Hopkins.
It's all a moot point because Deshaun Watson didn't do anything very good.
I didn't get to watch enough. Running back from Texas was more impressive.
I didn't watch the game, so I didn't even pay attention to the
I'm
stats.
sure I will get a whole lot of actually from the internet, but
Oh, I don't doubt it.
maybe he got better as the game went on. I stopped watching later on, but it wasn't very good.
I didn't watch too much. Overall, it didn't do much for me, but I guess I'm getting to the point to where I just really want it to get to the season, to be honest. But from what I did see out of Deshaun, he looked not bad, but he still looks like he's got a ways to go.
To me, he looked like the second best quarterback in Houston,
Ooh.
and that's saying a lot.
Yeah, especially when Tom Savage still hasn't scored a touchdown.
Let's talk about the Jaguars, though. We're a Jaguars podcast.
That's what we do. That is what we're supposed to be doing. All Jags, all the time.
What was your favorite bubble guy to watch in this game?
The first one to catch that touchdown from Henny.
Keelan Cole!
I didn't even know the Joker's name.
Number 84.
That guy's fast.
Number 84, number 1 in your hearts.
Source number. Keelan Cole making magic happen, making it really hard to cut him.
Dude, he's been killing it in camp. That's for damn sure.
Cole, Wynn, and Green are fighting for the final wide receiver spot on this team.
It's going to be Cole, though.
I want it to be Cole. I don't know if it'll be Cole.
You don't think so?
I want it to be, but I can't say for sure.
Who do you think it'll be then?
Who do you think it could be besides?
I think it's either Rashad Green or Keelan Cole. Because I don't think Wynn's going to make it. I think Wynn's going to be lost in the numbers game.
You think he makes it on the practice squad?
I think you could sneak Wynn on the practice squad.
That's where he was last year.
Well, he's only his first year then, right?
No, he was there last year.
No, it's only his first year on the practice squad.
When?
Yeah, right?
I thought he was there last year.
You do 2 years, right?
You can do for 3 years on the practice
That's what
squad.
I'm saying. He was there last year.
So we're just so loaded at wide receiver.
Yeah.
I was talking with a new
amazing.
Like the best period was the Thunder and Lightning period, but the very close second period in wide receiver history for the Jaguars is right now. We're so loaded at the position. We're deeper.
Wow, that's true.
We're deeper than we've ever been at the position.
Probably, yeah.
Top end, I don't know, but as far as depth,
Pure depth.
D.D. Westbrook is our
Reggie
fourth
Barlow,
or fifth best dude.
Alvis Whitted.
You got some guys who are pretty solid who are not going to make this team.
Yeah, no, you've
At
got some
wide
pretty
receiver.
good talent out there. And you have breakaway speed, and you have possession receivers.
So that's my dude. Laurenti McRae is a bubble guy. I thought he looked pretty good.
Yeah, he did. McRae was sticking out.
I thought he was. Correct me if I'm wrong. I thought he was a draft. Was he a draft pick?
No, they brought him as a free agent.
Laurenti McRae is one of them journeyman types.
Yep, they brought him in for special teams.
Oh.
So yeah, he was not. We did not
Brought him in for special teams, but he might be our second best pass rusher at the defensive end position.
He might be. Speaking of defensive end, what is going on with Smoot?
What is going on with Smoot? Does he exist?
Well, he made some plays tonight. He actually showed his existence.
I think he played
Snaps?
quarters, maybe 2 steps.
He played a lot tonight,
Oh,
actually.
did he? Yeah.
He wasn't very noticeable.
He was not very noticeable. That's a problem.
That's bad.
There's a lot of big guy pass rushers vying for this team right now. Jonathan Woodard,
Yeah.
Smoot,
Carol Phillips, yeah. That was his teammate, right?
Hunter Dimick is my guy who just can't get a chance. I'm going to call reverse racism on that one.
What is reverse racism?
Racism against white people, basically.
It's because he's Mormon.
That's super.
That's where he's going.
He led the Pac-12 in sacks, so that's good. So,
What did you see out of Carol Phillips tonight, Jason?
I was trying to pull the stats on it right now, and there are none. So obviously nothing.
I can tell you, out of all those guys, Laurenti McRae was the guy that jumped out the most.
Yeah.
He had a pretty decent showing.
This team needs that.
Pretty consistent pressure against the 2s and 3s. And you had a very obvious drop-off in pass rush the second Unique Ngakoue went out of the game. They have nobody.
And Ngakoue was killing it when he was in there.
They have nobody beyond Unique.
No, I mean, they said he's a stud right now. I mean, obviously it showed what he was doing tonight. But during camp, because of course they've been scrimmaging with New England this whole week, they said he's been a man among boys out there.
And it's hard to tell with those positions. It's hard to tell with defensive line and offensive line just how good they might be until you get to live action. And he looked the part. He looked the part, and the other person looked the part during live action is your boy Leo. Leonard Fournette looked legitimate. I'm very excited about that.
He did. He looked like he was a real rock toter. And
I'm so spoiled on running backs.
We are. We're really spoiled on running backs.
It's been very
even
frustrating.
Chris looked pretty good out there.
Who?
Chris Ivory.
Chris Ivory looked okay.
He looked pretty good for a little bit I saw.
It looked like the running lanes just
mediocre.
looked like the running lanes just shut down the second Chris Ivory went in. I don't know if there's a correlation there.
He didn't look bad.
Correlation doesn't necessarily mean.
The thing is, I didn't notice TJ out there. I'll tell you that.
I noticed how bad he was.
I noticed how bad he was too.
Okay, fair enough with that.
He's good
He
at
is
two
crap.
things. No.
He's good at catching the ball in the backfield.
He's good at catching screen passes for a loss. And he's good at pass protection.
I didn't see the loss.
Pass protection, he strives at.
But
Usually the loss.
I assume that's what happened.
And he's good at pass protection. He is the best he's the best pass blocking running back on our team so far. Proven.
Undoubtedly.
Yeah. I'm not going to take it away. Fournette might be better at that too.
Probably.
Fournette's clearly the best runner on this team.
Oh, absolutely.
Making something out of nothing. It was 4th and inches and he gets 8 yards.
Amazing.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
And Corey Grant, man.
Boy, that taillights.
Them taillights, man. Keep them going. Elbows and ass. Nothing but elbows and ass. But what do you take away from those from the scrimmage?
Take away 120 yards from taillights, Corey Grant.
Yeah.
I think that he's locked in his spot for sure.
Think so?
I think that it's very hard to keep Rashad Green amongst the competition.
Yeah, the only real thing he did tonight was the return.
Which was a good return.
I mean, honestly, it was a good return.
Yeah,
but besides that, I don't really have much for him.
Yeah. He also had that money pass from Bortles that he dropped.
But he's probably not used to being hitting the numbers by Blake either.
Yeah.
I guess. So
Yeah, making his numbers go down.
That didn't help his case at all.
Oh, I had a take. Jason Myers sucks. How do y'all feel about that take?
That was a solid take, and it's very accurate, too.
I have I have some insight on why he sucks, but is still on our roster.
And why is that?
Recently, it came to my attention that Arizona picked up a 42-year-old kicker. Mm-hmm. He is their starting place kicker. And recently, Seattle snapped up a kicker. He's famous because he was the kicker for the Vikings when the Vikings lost to Seattle in the playoffs. The reason the Vikings lost to Seattle in the playoffs is because this kicker that is now a Seahawk missed a chip shot field goal with time expiring.
Yeah, that's what I thought, yeah.
To lose to the Seahawks in Minnesota, indoors.
Well, the same one I'm thinking of is outdoors.
Yeah, it was outdoors.
Oh crap, it was outdoors. Oh, he's
Yeah.
got a good excuse, good for him. My point is, the kicking game in the NFL is so bad.
That they're taken from the scrap heap.
Yeah. And if you're looking at the scrap heap, Jason Myers is probably towards the upper half of the scrap heap.
It's not a good scrap
How
heap.
many Jason Goskowskis do you got? How many Goskowskis you got?
Yeah, that's true, not many.
You've
Not
got
looking good.
you've got whoever the Baltimore Ravens have. You got whoever the Patriots have.
But even
Jay Kasky missed a field goal.
yeah, but didn't he miss
He
field
got
goal?
50-something yard field goal. And he's old as
Okay,
hell.
Jay Kasky should have made that in his sleep.
Yeah.
You call him Janikowski. You're just mixing up Polish names.
I thought it was
You're thinking Gronkowski.
whatever. Kowski, who cares?
Anyways, pretty sure Janikowski's still playing too, which
He is.
kind of goes into my point. There are not enough elite kick. There's about as many elite kickers in the NFL as there are elite quarterbacks, which I would say 5. Is that right?
That's
You say
pretty
there's
kind of
5
fair.
elite
I'd say 5,
quarterbacks?
7, yeah, somewhere in there.
Would you consider Phillip Rivers with his 1,000 children and his dumbass bolo tie? Would you consider him an elite quarterback?
At one
That
point,
was
I
all
kind
the
of
time,
did, but no, I can't really.
Yeah,
He's like on the cusp.
get that shit out of here.
Yeah,
So, I think that
I
that
guess-
might explain Jason
I
Myers.
guess that makes sense. So it makes a little more sense. I mean, look, they're holding on to Ricky down in Tampa. Sorry, Roberto.
But they also got a backup kicker too.
Yeah,
They actually got 2 kickers.
They got a competition for their second-round kicker.
yeah. Aguayo's already in Dirk's doghouse, so it would not shock me if he's on the outside looking in. Whew. Things are rough down there in Tampa Bay. We'll be seeing them shortly.
We will, and that's exciting. We get to.
Scrimmage against them.
I'm very excited about beating up on the Bucks in practice. I think this whole week, regardless of Blake
outcome.
Bortles' numbers, whatever, I think this week was spectacular work for the Jaguars.
I do. I think this week was very good for the Jaguars. I think they learned much more from the practices than they did from the game, honestly.
For sure.
100%. Because they even, I think it was one of the reporters, or maybe it was Doug, I don't remember, but someone took away from it and said there's things that they've noticed them doing, the Patriots doing, that they're going to implement into their program.
Like they're going to all start becoming vegans?
I mean, you never know. You may start trying to push that around. Hey, whatever works. I don't give a damn. They can start doing it. If they have to start buying the TB12 TV dinners,
Just start feeding
Start
them
doing
fucking
it, yeah.
chickpeas for every meal.
and just go down that road. I don't care. Lock it up. We see there's stuff there. Like we saw the videos. Everyone's seen the videos of. I mean, we all saw the video of Marquise Lee juking Malcolm Butler out of his cleats the other day up in Foxborough. Marquise has been looking real good in camp. He's just got to keep it up and stay healthy.
Yeah.
Oh no. And he's a Super Bowl MVP. Should have been a Super Bowl MVP, should I say. Wasn't for Tom Brady. Being, well, Tom Brady.
Yeah. There's that guy.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
But I mean, you juked him out of his shoes.
there are absolute bright spots during this week.
There are.
Will it continue is the question.
That's a catch. But you had everyone basically say that we were out physical and that it was a definite gap in between us and New England throughout the week in practice and everything. Fair enough, because this is the defending Super Bowl champions. I'll bite. You can't see this going into Tampa. Tampa, we're scrimmaging with Tampa. We can have this versus Tampa.
Hey, we get what we want. Every year we ask for the Jaguars to show up on Hard Knocks. We're going to show up on Hard Knocks.
Yeah, we are.
We did it, guys.
Always a silver lining, or should I say, pewter lining.
Get to hear those crappy cannons.
No, actually, 'cause
No,
it's all in
thank God.
Jacksonville.
It is?
It's in Duval.
Misread it on TV then.
You get to hear me directly shit talking Jameis Winston.
Oh yeah, you know he'll lead that up in a heartbeat. But I think we'll have more competition. We'll get in there. It'll be good.
Yeah, we're excited for next week. I'm sure out of our group of 4, some of us will show up to the joint practices next week. Yes. I know I will be at the preseason game next week, and I'm stoked to get back in my spot.
I am. I'm definitely stoked. I'm definitely stoked to see get under the lights, see the teal and black, see the pewter and red. Just you know you're getting the football season, and just see what this team will do up close and personal, and another round of seeing Fournette and see if Blake can replicate what we've seen tonight.
And he only plays one drive.
Yeah, one drive.
It'd be a legitimate test of our push up front. This motherfucker right here.
Yeah.
Everybody put their phone on silent.
Yeah, except for you.
It was, but okay, I don't know how. But alright, anyways.
I guess you gotta edit that in post, bro.
Yeah, I obviously will. But yeah, we'll be looking forward to seeing that more in the stands and all good stuff. It's gonna be good.
Getting to see our front try to make push against guys like Gerald McCoy. More great work.
Yeah.
Well, yes, because I guess from Jeff Lageman, they weren't getting. They were able to get a little bit more push against Tom Brady, and they're up there in New England because they don't have very many good defensive ends up there.
Dude, Patriots defense was ranked pretty low last year.
Yeah, they said that their defense is not looking super awesome. But their ends are not looking good.
Yeah,
and they didn't bring Chris Long back, which I don't understand that one. Their ends are not looking good, but they didn't bring Chris Long back.
I think it had something to do with that.
I said their cap is looking pretty good.
But
I don't care.
It remains to be seen.
Either way, I think this is a good learning experience. It was good for them, good for everybody.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. I think this is our Circle Up Prowl for this week. Thanks for listening to Season 2, Episode 15. We believe in victory. So, tune back in next week as we'll start to get back into the groove of doing weekly Circle Up Prowls. Thanks for joining us. This has been a Boldcastify production. Boldcastify Sports, play bold.
If this is your first time listening, then thanks for stopping by. This has been a Boldcastify production and is produced just for the people of Duval and beyond. Also, show notes and upload dates are found at boldcastify.com. Come back often and feel free to add the podcast to your favorites on Spreaker, SoundCloud, and YouTube. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, and Snapchat at Boldcastify. All links are on social media. Think bold. Speak bold. Live bold. Boldcastify.
Hey y'all, you're listening to the Circle Up Prowl weekly, quarterly, monthly. What do I say there?
I'm pretty sure it's just Circle Up Prowl nowadays.
Okay, I can do that.